So it's going to be a short one. I just want to talk about why people are bullheaded, ignorant, and don't adopt multi-factor authentication. Some people, it's a big word and they don't understand what it means. I get that. But for most people, it's actually a decision they're making. It's a convenience trade-off, cost trade-off, complexity, whatever. So let me run through these. Okay, so the first reason is inconvenience. And I've had this a lot from executives. I shouldn't have to go through all this security stuff. I'm the boss, that kind of thing. Well, in fact, Mr. Executive, you're being targeted more than everybody else is. So you need double MFA. Like you just need more controls around you. And MFA is just a requirement to breathe nowadays. So, but yes, the first one is inconvenience. MFA often requires the use of, additional devices, a YubiKey, a phone, whatever, or other software like Authy. And that's inconvenient. It's an extra step. Another one is cost. Although most people are on 365 or Google and MFA is included in that solution, it can be expensive if you don't have the right licensing or if you don't have the right solution in place. In which case you have to buy Okta or Duo or something like that. Or maybe you want to use one of those more expensive solutions for covering all your MFA. That's fine. But it does cost money. It's, Duo is what, $3-5 a user. Okta, who knows? But Okta is more expensive. And there's solutions like Ping, and so that there's for SSO and then tying in MFA solutions with that, like Hyper and things like that. So they can be expensive, and it may be something that business doesn't want to budget for. Complexity. MFA can be, really confusing for some people because they're not sure like how it works, why it works the way it works, when they're supposed to do something, why isn't it letting me log in, that kind of thing. Some people are just really confused by technology and by the idea of the second factor. These are the users that usually have a problem even logging in the first place with a password. And I've had several users over the years insist they shouldn't have to have a password. I get the idea of passwordless, but this isn't that. They just want the computer to be logged in all the time. And, so we can't do that. But MFA is confusing to some people. Sometimes they're not familiar with the technology and aren't comfortable using it. They may not be comfortable using their smartphone in the first place, let alone using it to authenticate. And a YubiKey, how do you explain what RFID is doing and how it actually lets them log in? Lack of awareness. Some people don't understand MFA or as far as like why it's even needed. They don't understand the risk, or they don't believe the risk applies to them. They think it's applying to big companies and not to their company, et cetera, or, whatever. Nobody's going to target them individually, that kind of thing. Why would somebody attack me? I don't need MFA. You do. Everyone needs MFA now for really any access to the network and any email. VPN, whatever, cloud apps, you need MFA. And complacency. A lot of people know they need MFA. They want MFA, but it's just such a big project. I have 30,000 users or 50,000 users or whatever, and I have to deploy this to everybody. How am I going to do this? This is a big technological, change management problem. I need a help desk of 50 people to take everybody's calls to help them set up their MFA on their phones. Like, how do we do this? For some people, it's just such a big, overwhelming thing. They become complacent about it and just decide, okay, I'm not going to do it. It's some people just don't see the need in it, or until they've experienced a security breach or some other cyber attack. But some of them are just complacent out of laziness and not wanting to get the project done. So there are a lot of things that can affect a company's willingness to do MFA, but still, it's worth it. And please push on it for your organization and get it in on as many control surfaces, protect surfaces as you can. So email and VPN is the very minimum, but any other cloud apps you use, your HR stuff, Workday, Bamboo, ADP, stuff that's financial driven like that, or QuickBooks, Sage, Oracle NetSuite, any of those things should be, your ERP systems should have MFA in front of them. Things where a breach could result in data or access to the attacker. All right. Thanks a lot.